found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitch, it's burning out. Lightning in a bottle. I think I just found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitch, it's burning out.
Yo, how you living, how you feeling, how you doing? This is First Choice Fantasy, and we are back today with our Week 8. I'm assuming we're doing start sits in this video. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight ends. One player each for each person, obviously. I don't know how we did last week. Do you guys know how we did last week?
Fuck you, Matt Stafford. That's how I feel.
Fuck you, Matt Stafford, so I'm going to assume that was...
Yeah.
Now, he got like 18 points, which I guess is a lot below what you're expecting playing Jacksonville. 340 passing yards, only one touchdown. So really leaving me hanging there. I also said to sit Cam Newton in the show. Got that.
Boom.
Literally sit Cam Newton.
Yeah, that was a good call. Good call.
Belichick must have watched.
What else is a good call?
What's
I'm
that?
going with Joe Burrow for this week. I don't really have much of an explanation. It's Joe Burrow. Tennessee's defense doesn't really seem like it's all that I've cracked it up to be in the past. They're going to score a lot. The Bengals are going to score a lot. Easy money.
Big facts.
Brandon, yours is going to be wrong because, as I learned before, you do not bet on Kirk Cousins.
In a divisional matchup against Green Bay.
Look at his
It's
record.
going to be a
against winning
high-scoring
teams.
game.
He's going to go out there and shit himself. I guarantee it.
It's going to be a high-scoring game. And
You know what? I'm changing my sit. I'm changing it to Cousins.
Do it. Let's see who's right.
Do it.
And next week, if anyone calls us out, we'll say. We'll talk about how I'm right.
Let's bet a second round pick.
Kirk Cousins. No.
Second. He needs to make up the second round pick somewhere.
That's how you can know Brandon is not. He's not really behind this pick.
Put an injury clause on that.
There's no injury clause.
All right. Fuck you, Brandon. Anyway, my start was Jimmy G against Seattle, and that's pretty self-explanatory. The fucking game manager that Jimmy G is going to ball out against Seattle.
Sitting him too.
Starting him at the same time.
Hi.
Finished. All right, I already went over my sit.
Jimmy G doesn't worry you with Debo out?
No.
I guess you're right, because Debo was out earlier in the season.
Yeah.
But then again, was Garoppolo looking good?
Yeah, 19 points against Arizona week 1.
Did he then get hurt? Is this like the first real Garoppolo game we've had against a cupcake?
Yeah. No. I would say Arizona's defense
Yes,
wasn't really cupcakey, so I mean he did good against a good defense.
Is 19 points really all that special?
For Jimmy Garoppolo, yeah.
Well, but
I would say 19 points would be right for Garoppolo. That's a.
I give it a +1. If I use anybody else, I give it a +1.
I mean, if you're getting Jimmy Garoppolo, you're looking for a streamer, and at that point, 19 points is pretty successful. I would be happy with that.
I'm going for higher upsides.
Like,
higher lose in the process.
You mean Cam Newton?
I didn't say Cam Newton. I'd have sat his ass this week too.
You did, didn't you?
I said sit his ass before he even played week 1.
Well, to be fair, that would have blown up in your face the first couple of weeks.
He had pretty good games, but he's trash.
Brandon,
that's very harsh. He's had a good career. He deserves a little bit more respect than to be called trash, but
I mean, he only had, one really bad game this year, or 2 really bad games past 2 games. But before that, he was on fire. So, I mean, I don't know.
He's also got COVID because he's injury prone, remember?
Oh, yeah, he's injury prone, so.
Clearly, those two line up.
Well.
Right, who else? Who else is getting set?
Quarterbacks, Brian, it's all you. Sit.
Drew Brees against Chicago. There's not a lot of bad quarterback matchups. Like with the quarterbacks you'd consider sitting, there's not a lot of bad matchups.
Yeah.
That's why this was kind of a struggle for me. I consider Daniel Jones just like you did, Ed. I also considered Alex's your old one with Matt Stafford against the Colts.
I was gonna say someone should probably mention that one.
Yeah.
But
no, choose to do Drew Brees. I don't think he's as good of a fantasy star as he has been in his past.
This year's been pretty hot.
Is he trash?
No, I'm not saying he's trash. I'm just saying
He's trash.
I don't think you can rely on him week in and week out.
I mean, 3 of the 6 weeks so far, he's had 22, 22, and 22. That's pretty nice.
Consistent.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
saying this week is going to be a no-go.
You say that. Say it with confidence, because I'm going to say confidence with Daniel Jones being my sit against Tampa Bay, because Buccaneers defense is legit, and Daniel Jones.
So you could sit Daniel Jones with confidence against an oak tree.
He'd find a way to fumble or fall over.
I said he would just fall over. Bum.
Probably.
This shit needs to stop sliding. You're pissing me off.
All right. Running back. I'll start it off. I got Darrell Henderson against Miami. He is probably the best running back on that team. I want to say he definitely is, actually. And Miami's run defense is bad. So, cake. Eat that cake.
Hope so.
Eat that
Hope
cake.
so. All right, I'm going to go with mine. I'm going to go with Boston Scott because the Cowboys make Dearness Johnson look like a starting running back. It's really what needs to be set there. Scott was on the field a lot against the Giants, so I would anticipate the same thing. So I'd start his ass.
I like Boston Scott as a backup to Miles Sanders.
He's not good against any team that isn't the Giants, but Dallas is Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas is not. They're
Speaking of the
crumbling.
Giants,
Yeah, speaking of the Giants and running backs you could start against them, I say you can start Rojo and Fournette this week. Yeah, it's Tom Brady effect. Wherever Tom Brady goes, there's multiple successful running backs, and it helps that Bruce Arians isn't afraid to bench one of them at any time for a mistake. But I think this week, I think it's going to be a pretty fair workload between the two of them. And with the Giants' porous defense, I don't think the Buccaneers are going to struggle personally.
I agree. Brian, you want to go into your sit then?
Oh, of course. DeAndre Swift is my sit against the Colts. See, earlier I saw that Alex had Matthew Stafford, and I was going to do a little pairing QB running back sit. I just don't have too much confidence in the Lions' offense, and I just don't like the offensive run game on the Lions, and against the defense like the Colts. The last time we saw them, they got smacked by the Bengals, but I don't know. I think after a bye week, they're going to come back and shut the Lions down.
Is this why you didn't accept that trade that I sent you in redraft?
I knew this was where it was going to go.
Is that why?
Or maybe it was because of your trade away, your sells for the week. Ed?
I'm not selling DeAndre Swift. I didn't say that.
You're going to.
I mean, if you'd accept, that's going to be a trade away.
I'm going to move him. I've been trying to move Eckler, but
I'm trying to take Eckler. Give me Eckler, man.
I'm not giving you Eckler for fucking Antonio Brown, so screw off. I'm open to trading Eckler, but this man sent me Jermichael. I don't even know that dude's name. Hasty and Brown for Eckler. I can't.
Hasty looks really good.
Can't do that.
You got Chase Edmonds-esque talent, right, Alex?
I'm not buying Hasty for Austin Eckler. I'm open to moving Eckler, but I don't. It's not happening for that. And I don't know what you're doing, but it's not very convincing. It's kind of just like you look like a
slightly disturbing.
Well, tell me more about Hasty's with your sit, Alex.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I didn't know he was your sit. Let me hear it.
No, all of them.
I didn't say he's my sit. I just put Niners running backs. I'm not trusting anything out of there. Jeff Wilson was supposed to be the odd man out, and then he comes out and gets like 25 carries for 3 touchdowns.
And he broke his ankle.
Now he's out. Yeah, so who fucking knows? I don't. All I know is Seattle's a lot better against the run than they are against the pass. So
Oh yeah, but who's the running back now? I forget.
Oh,
I don't know because Hasty got like a 30-some% snap share in that game.
and
I guess a lot of that was probably the second
look,
half. So maybe he played the majority of the minutes afterwards. But still, that game was a blowout. I don't know what they're going to do the next game. They could feature him. For all I know, McKinnon gets 20 carries.
McKinnon got like what 2 carries for like 2 yards, something like that.
That's your point. That game was over.
last week.
McKinnon looked fantastic earlier in the season. That game was over. That was a fucking blowout.
He looked pretty bad at the beginning of the game when he did get snaps, but I
You
guess
said
that's
he got 2 carries.
I didn't even know McKinnon was active that game. I didn't even see him the whole game.
I'm not trusting some guy who's played like 2 games. And I'm definitely not trading Austin Eckler for him.
A guy's coming back week 13. That's sad for you.
I don't care. I gives a shit when he comes back. McCaffrey will be back soon anyway, so I can wait.
Yeah, can you?
Sure can. What about you, Ed? Who you sitting?
I'm sitting Devin Singletary's bitch ass because he's bad, and Zach Moss at the same time because they both play the Patriots, and that's the reasoning right there. They're
I
back.
dropped Zach Moss's ass last week.
You dropped Zach Moss's ass?
Yeah, redraft, not dynasty.
Oh yeah.
Just to clarify, don't want to give the wrong impression.
Yeah, let's clarify because Dynasty is a whole different animal than redraft. Like, Alec.
Mhm.
That experiment's not working out well either way.
Yeah.
You're right.
I don't know that he is running backs.
All right, that's it for running backs. Wide receivers, we're diving in this bitch head first. T. Higgins is my start against Tennessee. T. Higgins is a monster.
I like it.
He's one of the best wide receivers in the fucking class. I'll give you that. I mean, as far as
All
performance,
of these,
he's up there. He's definitely top, I think, performance-wise so far this year.
I feel like all of these highly drafted receivers have either been hurt or been really good.
Not Jerry Judy.
I mean, Jerry Judy's surrounding fucking circumstances are pretty bad. But if he was on an actual good team, like say this man was on Green Bay, he would be Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just not buying it. They're just not throwing him the ball. Like, it seems like whenever I watch him play, the broadcast does at least 4 different times where they stop and focus on his route run just for the ball to like go out the other direction.
Yep.
In due
Maybe
time,
you should throw the ball.
And he's not even playing like the whole game. The most snap percentage he's had this season was 75%. What is that garbage? Like you're relying on Tim Patrick?
Patrick's been like pretty solid, but Deshaun Hamilton.
Okay, I'll give him that. He's been solid, but that doesn't warrant you to play Judy 75% of the snaps. What? Get that man like 80% week in, week out
More
at the
fucking
least.
targets. Love a go.
Yeah, more targets.
But no,
Throwing
it's
him,
not.
he got more targets back when Locke wasn't even playing.
Literally.
Fuck number. I'm going with another rookie. I'm going with Ayuk. San Francisco, Seattle. That's about.
I like that a lot. That was
About
the
all you
pick.
need
That
to know.
was the pick I was wanting to grab.
I like it.
I'm liking him. He's coming on
But then I
strong.
was stuck with I mean, you may consider this a cop out, but Stephon Diggs
He was a cop out.
against New England.
Again.
That's good chances of a cop out, but I mean the defensive matchup isn't a cakewalk. I mean, last week it looked like it was, but unless that's the new New England,
Yeah, it might be.
yeah. But Stephon Diggs against a divisional rival, his first time playing the Patriots, I think they're gonna make it pretty important to get Diggs the ball.
I can dig it. Oh my god, I didn't even try it. Anybody bet?
You're off. Boot him.
That's like third choice fantasy type material there.
Dad choice fantasy. Don't play me.
Have that one.
All right. Whoa.
All right. So I'll hop into these sits. I'm sitting Devontae Parker because the Rams defense is legit and Tua is I don't know how Tua is going to do, but that's kind of a rough game for your first one for your franchise quarterback, and I'm sticking with the theme of benching receivers that go against Jalen Ramsey. Because
before I looked at what you put, I put down Devontae Parker here, and then like 10 minutes later, I noticed you had him, and I was like, well, shit. I was very disappointed. So I ended up going with Marquise Brown against Pittsburgh. Oh my God, it's another divisional rivalry. But in this case, Marquise Brown, I can't rely on his boom or bust this week against a tough defense.
Steelers secondary is trash. Let me just put that out there now. Outside of Fitzpatrick.
Well, still not starting. I don't like any of the Ravens wide receivers.
No, I don't know.
I mean,
I like Marquise Brown because, I mean, he's the only one who's actually good.
Yeah, I like him. I just think the offense as a whole, other than Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram, those are the two guys that I would want on this offense.
Duvernay's
running
good.
backs have been
They need to
trash,
figure their shit out.
fantasy-wise. Yeah.
Like, I feel like they lean so hard into the running offense that now they don't know how to throw the ball.
Yeah.
They have weapons. Mark Andrews, Marquise Brown, Devin Duvernay, another rookie receiver,
Yeah.
has been, like, really good this season. So I feel like that's enough weapons.
On the plays I've seen Duvernay get action on, I liked what I saw. And it's just, this offense is just it's so strangely terrible but successful at the same time. It makes no sense.
All they got to be is decent as long as their defense keeps causing 11 turnovers again.
Yeah.
I see Ed is going on the other side of the ledger for this.
Yeah.
Juju Smith-Schuster against Baltimore. I don't know if this is really shocking to be a sit, to be honest with you, because of the fact that this man's been like, this whole season. He's just been Last week he had like 12 targets or something like that, so it was astounding to see the number of targets he had. But that came with Deontay Johnson on the field, and I feel like this is a real life thing. I feel like Juju has to be a wide receiver too in order to actually succeed. I hate to say it, but I feel like that's the only way he's going to succeed in the league. And I mean, he didn't really get many targets before that, and with the targets that he does get, he doesn't really do much with them. Like I can see him getting like 5 targets, 4 catches for like 15 yards, and it's like, what the hell are you doing, bro? Like you just catch the ball and fall. Are you Zach Ertz of wide receivers?
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like the year he broke out, it seemed like he had just a bunch of chunk plays, and it's just not happening now. Yeah. Caught like 9 passes for like 70 yards.
Yeah, bad. It's really bad. But I mean, this matchup's even worse, and Deontay Johnson possibly not playing, more focused.
Again?
Yeah, he's questionable. He left the game.
It keeps getting hurt. Back. He did, but he's still questionable this week. I saw that today.
I am so tired of every player I have.
Deontay Johnson is like one of my most favorite wide receivers this year, but yet every week he comes in, proves why he's one of my most favorite wide receiver, and then gets hurt. And it's so disappointing because I want to see him succeed. I don't even need him in fantasy. I just want to see him stay healthy and see what he can actually freaking do. But nope, he just keeps getting hurt. And that's a shame.
Everyone is injured.
Unfortunate.
Will remain.
All right. That's the wide receiver section. We're going on to the tight ends, where I'm going to make a bold, husky decision right here. I'm going to start Harrison. Harrison Bryant against the Raiders.
Hooper coming back?
I don't know. He said he's uncertain for week 8, which I mean, didn't he have?
If he doesn't play, I feel like Ryan is a shoo-in.
Yeah, I mean,
what did you say, Ed?
You got his appendix taken out or appendix rupture?
I think that's yeah.
So I mean, this matchup is not that bad either. I mean, it's the Raiders linebacking core, which isn't all that great, and I think Harrison Bryant's getting obviously relied on in the red zone, but now that Odell's not there, it's going to be some targets to go around, and I think that Harrison Bryant is now the tight end. So I was thinking about going to Njoku because I like him more, but seeing what Harrison Bryant did last week, I couldn't look over him.
Yeah. I'm going Mike Gesicki here. Kind of like what Alex pointed out, but for a tight end, I feel like it's going to be beneficial to Mike Gesicki. So Tua's coming in against a really good defense. Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Aaron Donald being the main two threats on that defense. But I think when it comes to a rookie quarterback, typically you see them target the tight end, running backs. The more the play is closer to the line of scrimmage, something of like a check down. And I mean, that's totally a speculative thought, but I think Gesicki will have a decent week.
I think it makes sense. Like I agreed with you. I was going to put Gesicki as my start earlier, but I was thinking about it. And I looked up some numbers, and obviously I'm a numbers guru. Not really, but I'm a numbers addict. And this man Gesicki, his average target distance is 12 yards from the line of scrimmage, and obviously that's going to be more so up the seam. So I guess it makes sense because he's not really throwing it as much to the outside and risking that. Like Tua's not going to be throwing it to the outside as much. But meanwhile, Devontae Parker's average target distance is like 9-10 yards. So while it's only 2 yard difference, I mean, it's still a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like the idea of Gesicki being like a starting him this week, but his target distance is second most among all tight ends. Like he's kind of used as like a big play kind of tight end. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe he'll do some this week. So I mean, I like the idea of it. I definitely like the idea of it.
I'll go with Gronk again because Gronk is back.
Yeah, he is, baby.
He's here. He's here to snatch the souls
He's doing some
out
big
of all of you unsuspecting adults who
unsuspecting.
are just moping out through your days without a joy in the world. Gronk is coming along, liven things up, catching touchdown passes against the New York Giants.
I agree.
Amen.
Amen. Is that what you said?
That's gonna be for the running backs, dude.
Cool.
The Buccaneers running backs.
Yeah, they're not doing anything in the air. I mean, Fournette's been getting some targets in the air. I like that personally, but
It's
fuck Ronald Jones.
Gronk time.
No reason why you're saying that is because you just traded him.
Damn shit.
I was saying that the only reason why I know that feeling is because I traded him a few weeks ago in another league. And I was like, Ronald Jones is trash. And then he came out and scored 25 points.
I mean, I got a haul for the dude, so I'm chilling. But I mean, yeah, that is practically the reason, though. So
Yeah, you can't get mad at me for trading Roethlisberger for Chenault when you've just robbed this man blind in 2 consecutive transactions. Although I will say that Jones thing could honestly bite you in the ass if you drafted bust with my first round pick.
yeah, but then again, I don't even know if I'm gonna have a first round pick. So Ronald Jones' future in Dynasty.
Down we go.
He does have a year left on his contract and whatnot, but they just don't seem like the past 3 years. They just haven't seemed to be fully devoted to the man. Not saying they should,
No.
but I just don't. I just don't know about the future there. Plus, after that contract's up, I don't know if he's going to have a spot as a starter anywhere because there's going to be so many guys coming in that are so talented. And that's my.
You got a lot of time between minutes. Ronald Jones can play.
Ronald Jones reminds me of like Marlon Mack in a sense. Like he has a starting role, but yet like the second someone else comes in or he gets hurt, forgotten about. You won't think about him.
I think Jones is better than Mack.
I think he's slightly better than Mac, but that team doesn't really have much belief in him. And I mean, I don't see many other teams that really need a running back to that point where they're not going to use draft capital and rather just spend money on him.
Cardinals are going to need a running back.
You think they want Ronald Jones though?
Maybe. I mean, they refuse to use Edmonds, so I'd imagine they'll make Edmonds the bell cow. Drake will come back. They'll go back to letting Drake run 25 times a game for 2.5 yards, and then they'll sign someone in free agency.
Or Benjamin can have a role because he's a fucking goat.
Ooh.
Not on the
That'd be
Cardinals.
Chase Edmonds.
The Cardinals don't use young guys. It's not what they're there for.
They're just going to be there. It's a fact.
Back to these very interesting tight ends. My tight end
sits.
sit this week is a pairing with my quarterback, Jared Cook. Get him out here.
Get him out of here.
Out of here.
That's what the refs are gonna be saying after Jared Cook looks so bad. They mistake him as a
Get him out.
fan running on the
Get him
field.
the hell out.
Like, get that guy out of here. He's not an athlete.
Good luck to those refs. Ed.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's nothing to back up that.
Just the fact that the refs are going to be saying to get out of here. So get out of here, Jared Cook. We don't like
His ass out of here.
All right, I got the Eagles tight ends. That includes Richard Rodgers, some dude named Kroom, and
Say his
Hakeem
name.
Butler.
Hakeem Butler. Yes.
Hakeem Butler.
They put him on the field for like one play last
And he
week,
was targeted.
You gotta
He's
throw-
Yeah, and he-
hyper targeted.
and he was
He's
all
been
he
targeted
made.
100%
He made
of his snaps.
literally no attempt to go for that ball.
Because
That
he
would
was
have been a
fouled.
touchdown.
He was
Yeah, and you want to know why they didn't call it? Because he just fucking stood there like a dumbass. He was just like, "Oh, he's grabbing me. I give up."
no.
He just stood there as that ball
No,
lifelessly
Hakeem Butler-
floated into him.
Is very good. And if he doesn't get a role on this team, I'll be surprised.
He hasn't gotten one yet, and based on that play, that's not helping his chances.
He's learning the playbook, Alex. God.
What does the playbook have to do with
God.
standing still on a ball thrown to you in the air?
He's going to come out this week and get a touchdown. Okay?
I hope.
Old
Don't
take.
start him. Don't start him.
Got a second round pick on it.
No.
To both of us. To both of us right here, right now.
All
No.
three of us.
Third round pick.
No.
No.
I don't. Although his projections on Sleeper are slowly going up. Last week he was only projected 2 points. Now he's projected 4.
For what reason? He doesn't get in the game.
He had
Why do you keep an eye on this man? Is he on any of your rosters, or you just?
yeah.
Because Brandon's liked him since he was a draft pick of the Cardinals.
He's projected
Wait.
0
He's
points.
6'5".
What? So?
He had 1%. See, you're gonna tell me this stat isn't impressive. 1% snap percentage and 1 target. How impressive is that? Just imagine if he played a full game.
100%
He can have
target.
100 targets.
He's on pace for 100 targets if he plays a full.
Maybe that's just his role. Whenever he gets on the field, the ball
He
just
gets
automatically comes to
targeted.
him. Maybe we should put him out at like linebacker.
Yes. That's genius. Holy hell. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's make
On a
that.
completely unrelated note, my sit of the week is Dalton Schultz because the guy's pissing me off. I don't really have anything to say about that. He'll probably score a lot, but I'm tired of him. You should bench his bum ass. I'm really fucking tired of him going off when I don't want him to and doing shit when I need him to do something. So, bye.
Later.
Ben,
We don't need
we're done
Dalton
with him.
Schultz.
Ben Chicoda.
Done with this man. Done with this man. Hakeem Butler's gonna lock his ass up.
What do you think the team morale is with the Cowboys right
It
now?
has to be trash. It has to be trash.
It has to be
About a
just
-4.
totally just shredded.
Say -4.
I would imagine about how I felt on like my last 5 days of work. You walk in there feeling like a corpse.
Yeah.
That's every
Someone
day.
could be like, hey man, got a big game upcoming this week. Make sure you study hard. Yeah, fuck you, coach.
I'll be honest here right now. I'm gonna give a little credit to Dak Prescott because without Dak, that team, it just shows like I don't think Andy
their offense
Dalton.
sucks.
I don't think Andy Dalton is horrible as what he's looked like the past 2 weeks. I think he's a competent backup. He shouldn't look this bad.
See, the thing
This
is
is
though,
not
that, like,
a team.
the
Their
Cowboys
line
have
has been shredded, but like, come on, the Eagle,
Yeah.
like, plenty of teams are going through these injuries, and why is it that the Cowboys get that? Like, I'm tired of hearing every time they talk about it during the games, and they're like, "Oh, that offensive line is just totally just shambles and yada yada," and I'm like, there are a lot of teams that are going through this, and are
just
looking.
Dallas.
It's
Just
just
Dallas. We're the only team with injuries.
yeah, that's just annoying. But
Also, like during the the game on Sunday, they made sure to mention multiple times during the broadcast how the Cowboys coaches didn't really feel the need to do a lot of prep with Dalton. They were more trying to get his backup ready, which might explain why Dalton was so terrible. Not sure what the hell made them think, well, he's a veteran. He knows what to do. We're just not going to talk to him about the game plan. We're just going to send him out there.
Crazy. That seems like a very Mike McCarthy thing to do. Let's be real.
You know, it's almost like that aligns with that dude in the locker room for the anonymous Cowboys player who said the coaches don't know how to do their jobs.
Yeah.
Exhibit A, anyone?
Almost as if they weren't lying.
It's almost as if you could have noticed that by watching their defense act confused to every like off tackle handoff or vertical route.
Vertical route.
The way I see it is that their line is looking pretty bad. They had injuries. Look at your weapons. You're like the only weapon you've lost was Blake
Blake Jarwin, and you
replaced
him with a
Jarwin,
competent tight end.
who hasn't even shown anything. He had potential, but like it's not like it hurt. Like, and then you got other teams that are going through just as many injuries, and then even more so on the weapons, and like it's an excuse. It's the coaching staff. It has to be. I refuse to believe anything else.
Mike McCarthy is a great coach. Jerry Jones got his guy.
Did you see there was like a Jerry Jones quote or something like that that had an interview with him and he was saying some shit? Like they said something about like, do you think there's a lack of leadership or something like that? And he was just having it. He screamed. There's no lack of leadership here. There's no lack of. You got to stop that question. I was like, chill the fuck out, bro.
You can just leave it out there.
There's nothing wrong with my team. We're off to a great start of our year.
They're off to a great start.
All
Video's
right.
off to a great end.
I guess this marks the end of the Start Sit videos for Week 8 of the NFL season. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. This first fantasy. Head up! That was so special.